Brazilians are angry. Brazil have had some unconvincing performance recently, and it's revealed something fans can no longer ignore. Brazil needs an extra bit of spark to revive the Joga Bonito. They need a player that offers something different from what they already have. With Neymar suffering from a serious injury, they need someone close to his skill set, quick feet, dribbling and boundless creativity. They miss Philippe Coutinho. However, the once highly rated midfielder who should have ushered in a new era has disappeared from football, and the story of how it happened will leave you speechless. If you mentioned Coutinho's name in the 2012-13 season, you would have seen the look of amazement on people's faces. He was just different. He was one of the heirs of Joga Bonito. Coutinho was the dazzle master, the entertainer, but he was also efficient too. He could create chances and score goals. With a right foot like a magic wand, he had the habit of scoring spectacular goals as soon as he got anywhere near the opponent's penalty area. Coutinho was the typical Brazilian number 10 who played as an advanced playmaker, and his wealth of skills earned him comparisons to Leo Messi and Ronaldinho. Like these two, Coutinho is also versatile. Apart from his advanced playmaker role, he's played as a winger and as a central midfielder in a number 8 role. However, no matter where he plays, Coutinho aims to do only two things: to score incredible goals and create chances. Speaking of creating, Coutinho's elite vision and amazing passing ability has brought comparisons to Brazilian legend Zico. Zico wouldn't be the only legend Coutinho would be compared to. Jurgen Klopp compared him to Alessandro Del Piero due to his remarkable ability to score curling shots from outside the box. Not bad for the Brazilian, who was born on the 12th of June 1992 in Rio de Janeiro. Coutinho grew up to be flamboyant on the pitch, but he was anything but flamboyant whilst growing up. He was shy as a child, however, he found expression in playing futsal, which eventually graduated to proper football later on. During a local tournament in which Coutinho played, local coaches from Vasco da Gama spotted him and approached his dad with a proposition. They asked that Coutinho should sign up to their youth academy. He impressed during the trial and was admitted into the Vasco da Gama youth system. It was the beginning of great things for Coutinho, whose performances earned him a call-up to the Brazil national under-14 team. It also got him to the attention of Serie A club Inter Milan, who signed him for €4 million in 2008. At the time, he was 16, so due to FIFA rules, he couldn't complete his transfer until he was 18. Coutinho remained with Vasco for 2 more years. They promoted the Inter-bound player to the first team, and he slowly became an important player for them over the course of the 2 seasons he spent with them. Finally, Coutinho moved to Inter in July 2010, and he couldn't have predicted his experience with them. Coutinho is the future of Inter, Inter's coach at the time, Rafa Benitez, said. Famous last words, anyone? At Inter, the Brazilian made his debut on the 27th of August 2010 and scored his debut goal in a 3-1 win at home against Fiorentina in May 2011. That goal, fairly late into his Inter career, was one of the best ways for Coutinho to express himself in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. It was a superb free kick that flew over the wall and curled into the net. But it wouldn't be until the following season before Coutinho scored his second goal, and there was a problem. Coutinho just couldn't break into the team to play regularly. It didn't help that the coach who spoke so highly of him, Rafa Benitez, had parted ways with Inter midway through the season. However, Benitez wasn't done with Coutinho, and more on this soon. Coutinho needed to play, and so in the winter transfer window, Inter loaned him to Espanyol, and there he exploded. Despite only having 16 appearances for the Catalans, Coutinho scored 5 goals and had 1 assist. He had a freedom of expression in that team, and the Espanyol manager at the time, Mauricio Pochettino, was in awe of him. Philippe, he has a special magic in his feet, Pochettino said. Well, they didn't see the magic at Inter when he returned for the 2012-13 season. They just wanted to see him gone. Benitez approached Liverpool and spoke highly of the Brazilian. This prompted the Reds to sign him for £8.5 million in January of 2013, despite him only having 5 goals and 4 assists for Inter in 47 appearances. Coutinho made his debut for the Merseyside club on the 11th of February and scored his first goal for them just 1 week later. He subsequently showed he could do more than just score goals by displaying his playmaking skills. His performances earned him the Liverpool Player of the Month award. Coutinho was off to a bright start for the Reds and stepped up his game for the following season. He played in central midfield and was Liverpool's orchestrator, creating chances, disrupting opponents with long and accurate passing from midfield and slicing up opposition teams with his dribbling skills. Coutinho was loving life with Liverpool and signed a new contract in 2015, and his performances in the 14-15 season earned him the PFA Players Player of the Year and the PFA Young Player of the Year nomination, which he lost to Eden Hazard and Harry Kane. Coutinho put those losses behind him and had an incredible following season, scoring screamers for fun. He had become a different player entirely from the one at Inter. He had his highest scoring season, and a certain club from Europe had begun eyeing him up as a replacement for one of their legends. This interest would be the beginning of Coutinho's disappearance. After the 2016-17 season, Barcelona came calling. They had a vision that he would replace Iniesta, and with Neymar moving to PSG, they needed players with dynamism and creativity. They had already signed Ousmane Dembele, and Coutinho was who they felt would complete their team. Despite committing his future to Liverpool the previous season, he just couldn't resist Barcelona. But there was a problem. Liverpool weren't ready to sell. They rejected a £90 million bid from Barcelona, much to the annoyance of Coutinho. What he did next surprised everyone. He handed in a transfer request, and that wasn't all he did. Coutinho downed tools and claimed he had a back injury. Yet still, Liverpool wouldn't change their stance. When he saw he wouldn't have his way, Coutinho resumed playing for the team and rekindled his magic, scoring 12 goals and 8 assists in just 20 matches. When January came, Liverpool knew it was the end of their relationship with the player. He wasn't going to stay, and they agreed a whopping £105 million deal, which could rise to 142 with add-ons. It was a dream come true for Coutinho, but also a nightmare in the making. Coutinho spent the remaining half of the season with Barcelona, and he was brilliant. He scored 10, assisted 6, and created 33 chances in 22 games. He also won La Liga and the Copa del Rey with Barca. He showed promise of more to come. Unfortunately, there was a problem. In the next season, he had to play on the wing due to the injured Dembele. He didn't get the same privileges of complete freedom that he got at Liverpool, so his impact on games was limited. His versatility also put him in trouble as he either played in the wings or central midfield. Slowly, Coutinho's confidence left him, and Barca fans eventually lost all patience with him after poor performances coupled with an epic collapse against Liverpool in the Champions League. That epic comeback by the Reds was the final straw for some supporters. There was only one solution to this issue. Coutinho had to leave, but no one was ready to buy. Then, in a somewhat surprising transfer move, Bayern Munich signed Coutinho on loan. Coutinho didn't have a completely great spell with Bayern, but it wasn't bad either. He scored some incredible goals, created chances, and showed glimpses of the Coutinho of old. However, injuries didn't let him build consistency. Still, he played a small but critical role in Bayern winning their treble and put in some sensational performances. In the Champions League that season, he even helped them dump Barcelona out of the Champions League in the quarter-final. Bayern wouldn't buy Coutinho, and he returned to Barcelona after his loan. However, injuries would prevent him from doing anything significant, and Barcelona just wanted to offload him. In January of the 21-22 season, ex-Liverpool teammate and Aston Villa manager Steven Gerrard signed Coutinho. His career at Villa Park started brightly. However, when Aston Villa made his transfer permanent, his form dipped once again. Eventually, the once heralded midfielder went on loan to Al Dahail in Qatar, where he scored 7 goals and 3 assists in 22 appearances. If Coutinho was at his best, he would have led Brazil in their quest for Copa America and World Cup glory with a peak Neymar by his side. He would have helped add more flair and dynamism to the Brazil squad and make them untouchable. There was so much potential for the same at Barcelona, linking up with a peak Messi. He has a great record with Brazil, playing 68 times and scoring 21 goals. Some of his goals have been pretty important too. He also provided a key assist to defeat Belgium in the 2018 World Cup quarter-final. On top of that, he was one of Brazil's top players in their Copa America success in 2019, helping them win their first major trophy in 12 years. However, he has now disappeared from the elite level of football. He's fallen epically from being one of the players destined for the top of international and club football to one who is languishing outside of Europe. Will Coutinho be back, or will he forever be remembered as an unfilled potential and what might have been? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Also, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates.